Their coordinator resigned.
No, I know. Specifically for the defensive side, I understand what you're saying.
Okay,
I'm just saying
he's going to run the team?
Okay, but that doesn't. If it's wrong, so we're just wasting. This is just a wasted year, of our Bears' lives. Is that what we're doing here? Justin Fields is a wasted player. The coach, this is wasted. We're just waiting till next year.
You want to watch Bajent quarterback a team?
I'm just sick of this crap. Every year it sucks.
So let me ask you this:
every year this all sucks.
You want to watch?
Can we get a team that's at least trying to win games? They are 0-3 on the season. The quarterback looks bad. The team doesn't seem to have any fight in them. Your thoughts, sir, as we get things started?
Not great, Bob. Not great. I mean, we predicted it. We knew it was going to be bad. We both said it yesterday on the pregame tailgate, which you can catch us 4 hours before every Bears game. We'll be on at 8 a.m. this Sunday before the Bears and the Broncos. We called it. It was going to be bad. And I kind of had a feeling, like I said 41-10, but I was hoping that it would be kind of like that Cowboys game last year where you knew they were going to lose, but at least they scored a bunch of points, right? Like at least Justin Fields ran his ass off and you saw something, right? You're not seeing anything anymore. Everything where we were like, hey, here's a flash play here in a game. Here's this, like there's a good drive here. There's a good drive there by Justin Fields. You're getting nothing that you can hang your hat on. Like that's not even a game where you can point to anything positive that came out of that game for any player on that team. Cool. Sanborn got an interception. You got a couple interceptions against Blaine Gabbert. Awesome. You scored a touchdown against reserve backups. Cool. Like, it doesn't even matter at this point.
Yeah, I mean, I think the thing that's so disappointing is that we talked it up yesterday that we thought that this is the way things were going to go, and then the game started, and immediately it's exactly how things went. From the start, the team didn't seem prepared for what was coming. There was an onslaught of offensive activity that the Chiefs were going to bring to the table. There were no schematics defensively that suggested that they had any ability to slow down Kansas City to getting out to that huge lead that they did. I think then you look at the offensive side. We did see Justin in some situations perhaps run some more plays that he may be more comfortable in, but it then equated to no positive momentum for the offense, no actual points, nothing tangible. Your quarterback was 11 of 22, 99 yards passing. He threw for 99 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He was sacked a couple of times, just not good. The quarterback is not developing. The defense is making absolutely no mark. We talked about yesterday on the pre-show. They have gone up in the stats, though, defensively for defensive yards per play. They're now 30th. They're no longer 31st. The 30th because the Chargers and the Broncos are both worse for defensive yards per play. But really, they had no chance yesterday whatsoever to win a football game. And it would be okay if this was like the one-off. And they got the Packers game and they got the Bucks. And it's like, all right, but you're just playing the Chiefs. No big deal. The biggest story to yesterday's game was that Travis Kelce may or may not be dating Taylor Swift. But this is just a pattern we've seen with this team. Defensively, they just play this cover 2 shell and they don't do anything to make other offenses feel uncomfortable at all. It's just very easy. And then on the offensive side, even when they get positive momentum, positive plays, they can't turn it into points. They can't do anything with it. And the quarterback looks like he's going backwards. Everything just doesn't work. And that's where, like, you and I were on the air for 2.5 hours yesterday previewing the game, and we weren't wrong with any of our assessments leading into the contest. And we asked the team to prove us wrong. Show some fight. Show some life. Make a play. I almost swore there. Make a play. Seriously, we asked for that. We called back to the old Lovie Smith days when the team was expected to lose. They would always show up and surprise us. Someone would make a play. Someone would do something. We would all cheer. We would love it. This team doesn't do any of that.
No,
very,
they don't.
Very little redeeming qualities with watching this team on every Sunday.
Well, and
it's not enjoyable.
And I get it. Last year, you weren't watching the defense. Like, defense was get up from the couch, go to the bathroom, grab something to eat, grab something to drink, do whatever you want to, right? Because you knew that they were going to give up at least, what is it now, 25 points a game during this 13-game losing streak. And so that's fine. Like last year, we accepted it. But you saw something from Justin Fields, at least as a runner, that's like, hey, this dude's dynamic, right? Like, look, he's not the best passer, but at least he's dynamic. And if next year they fix the offensive line a little bit, they get him a number 1 wide receiver, like maybe he can do something with it. And they did that. And yeah, the offensive line was banged up, but there's no excuses anymore. There's no excuses. This is your 3rd year in the NFL. It's your 2nd year in the system. You've got DJ Moore. All your weapons are healthy. Last I checked, the entire offense was Darnell Mooney out there? Was Cole Kmet out there?
Mooney was out there.
Cole
Kmet was out there.
Okay, Claypool was out there.
Claypool
DJ Moore was out there. Okay,
yeah, DJ Moore is out there.
No more excuses. Like there's no more excuses. You're going against a very good defensive line. I get it. But you should be able to do something. They couldn't do anything. It looked like a different brand of football from what the Chiefs were playing. Like that's how you're supposed to play. And like this is a team that's still stuck in the Lovie Smith era, but at least those teams showed up. Like you look at teams that like look at last night's game, right? Do the Steelers have great offensive play? No.
No, but they have a quarterback who's developing.
Yeah.
He's at least making some plays, and he's passing the football down the field.
But
They're making some plays.
Why are they in games, though?
Their defense is fantastic.
Absolutely.
And they get turnovers, and they create scoring opportunities for the offense.
Your job is defense. That's your job. Matt Eberflus is a defensive coordinator. That's your job. And you keep getting boat raced by teams, and you should be able to do something. Something. It'd be different if every once in a while you're like, all right, we only allowed 10 points to this team, but our offense is bad, so we couldn't have a win, and it was just a snoozer of a game, right? But you've given up, in this 13-game losing streak, you've given up 25 points to every single team. That's unacceptable.
Blocking Abdallah, we're talking to you at 312-332-3776. Patrick in Lake Forest, you're on ESPN 1000. What's up, Patrick?
Hey, guys, thanks for taking my call. I kind of have a hypothesis here. You guys hit on it. I think it is the scheme. I hear people talking about the guys don't look prepared or motivated. I think they're not prepared or motivated because they're not in the scheme to be successful. So my question is, if these coaches can't figure out a better scheme for these guys, why keep them? Why have them in place at all if they can't do anything with what they have?
It's a fair point. Thanks for the call, Patrick.
Well, so I understand that people want jobs, people want accountability, people want people fired. I understand that. But also, who is going to finish the year?
Well, you find a coordinator. You find
Dude, their
someone.
Coordinator resigned.
No, I know. Specifically for the defensive side, I understand what you're saying.
Okay,
I'm
so
just saying
he's going to run the team?
Okay, but that doesn't. If it's wrong, so we're just wasting. This is just a wasted year, of our Bears' lives. Is that what we're doing here? Justin Fields is a wasted player. The coach, this is wasted. We're just waiting till next year.
You want to watch Bajent quarterback a team?
I'm just sick of this crap. Every year it sucks.
So let me ask you this:
every year this all sucks.
You want to watch?
Can we get a team that's at least trying to win games?
You want to watch Bajent with a team where Luke Getsy is your head coach?
No, I'm just saying I understand why I didn't come up with that theory. It was a caller, Patrick from Lake Forest. He's saying that. I'm not suggesting that they fire the head coach tomorrow. I don't want to see that. I don't want to watch Bajent.
No, neither do I.
don't want this season to get to the point where we're going to the quarterback who's been inactive for the first 3 weeks, that's going to save some kind of a season. That's not going to work. Come on.
Of course it's not. But people want to see something different. People think that he's going to be Brock Purdy. That's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. He put up numbers in the preseason against third and fourth string of guys that the popular term is guys that are selling insurance right now. Half those dudes aren't in the league.
Jason and Plato, you're on ESPN 1000. What's up, Jason?
Hey, good afternoon or good evening. How you guys doing?
Good, man. What's going on?
Hey, so I'm pretty much the outcome of the game was as I kind of expected, but I kind of somehow still hit rock bottom as a Bears fan because I've been fighting off my kids becoming Packers fans for years, and in one half of a game, it became much easier to cheer along with Taylor Swift than it was to keep their old man happy.
Well, and unfortunately, the Packers looked good yesterday in the fourth quarter. They didn't look good early in the game, but that's a fun comeback with a quarterback that's developing, a team that's actually competing. That's tough to fight off.
Jason, let them. Don't you want better for your kids? Didn't your parents want better
Come
for
on.
you, and
You
now
can't
you
do
want better?
that.
Don't you want better for your kids?
No, you can't do that.
Let them. No, let them at this
can't
point.
do that.
Let them.
But it breaks my heart because they got Andy Reid, my favorite coach of all time. They got Mahomes, and now they got my kids, So it's like, well, what else are they going to take?
Now
from
they've
me?
taken my kids. Thank you, Jason.
Thank you so much.
Jesse on I-55. You're on ESPN 1000. What's up, Jesse?
Hey guys, first time caller. Listen to you guys every day.
What's up, man?
Got a gripe with with the play calling. You got our off season. They're talking about DJ Moore. We got a number one receiver. Got a number one receiver. All off season they're talking about this, and in 3 games they target him 13 times, and you got that rookie out in LA. Who's targeted 15 in 1 game? What's going on with that? I'm kind of upset about that. Also, too, it's like me and my wife would spend a lot of money to watch the Green Bay game, and before the game starts, I'm telling my wife, hey, look out for number 2. He's our number 1 receiver. He's a stud, and he's going to play well for us. And then they only target him 2 times in the first game. It's frustrating to watch these guys. I'll hang up and listen to you guys.
All right, Jesse, thanks for the call. Call again, all right? We go to Pat in West Chicago. You're on ESPN 1000. What do you think, Pat?
My 82-year-old mother summed up yesterday's game best. She said the Bears were the rag doll and the Chiefs were the wild animal. They had their way with them. And this was discussed earlier today on some other shows, but Eberflus was Nagy-like in his word salad comments. Couldn't he just say we weren't very good and we need to improve instead of sugarcoating it? How about some honesty? Cole Kmet, first thing out of his mouth was, we sucked. Now, Matt Eberflus doesn't have to say it that way, but you have to acknowledge that they weren't good, and he did not acknowledge that they weren't good. Makes him look like a jerk, quite frankly. And in that vein, he's already set the franchise record for losses with 13. It's been more than 11 months since the Bears' last win. I was looking at some statistics. In the modern era, the Super Bowl era, the Bears are in the top 20 for losing streaks. If they get to 17 in a row, they'll be in the top 5 in the Super Bowl era.
Oh, no.
I know the Bears probably won't fire a coach mid-season, but if it were up to you guys, when would enough be enough? Would it be now? Would it be that 17 in a row? Because that'd be like a full season of no wins. What's the mark for you guys?
Okay, so that's the question. What is the point where you move on from the head coach? I think at the end of the year, if things don't change, if this team can't get back to 500, if they can't go on a win streak, get some positive momentum, develop the quarterback, get after a quarterback defensively, stop the bleeding on the defensive side, giving up so much yardage and points, then you move on after this season. But I'm not going to do it in season. I don't think that really solves anything.
No, I think the difference would be is if this team was losing games 41-35, right? If yesterday's outcome was 41-35, and every game they've put up 24 plus points, and Fields looks like the guy, but this defense is just getting cooked every single week. And like Luke Getsy, like we talked about before the season. Remember, we had people calling in being like, "Well, what if Luke Getsy gets jobs? What if he gets job offers?
What's he gonna do? He's gonna get a job."
If that was the case, fire Eberflus.
I remember that call.
Make Getsy the head coach, and then there you go. You're fine, right? But that's the problem is everything sucks. So you just have to wait out for the end of the year because you're not going to have any of these guys be your head coach for the rest of the year.